What's up? It's Viktor Wilt. Morning to you. All right. Let's take a look at some things that might improve our quality of life. You heard me complaining the second I walked in. Oh, I'm tired. It's early. All right. Maybe general life quality improvements would prevent me from doing that for the first break of the day, like pretty much every day. All right. What improved your quality of life so much you wish you did it sooner? Okay, I'm guessing. Oh, exercising, eating good, blah, blah, blah. Let's see what we got. Replacing my Amazon Basics office chair with something that actually offers lumbar support. Don't get me started on chairs, all right? I don't have a lot of complaints about work, aside from, waking up early. But the chairs around here, they do suck. I really wish Jade would put me in charge of chair shopping, all right? I don't think we're doing any chair shopping anytime soon, but I tell you what, the people who in the past have been in charge of purchasing chairs around here, they do not know how to pick a chair, all right? I don't know if they just go based on looks or price or what, but you can get a good quality chair for like $150, all right? Guarantee my office chair cost way more than that, and it looks nice, but it's not good. Anyway, all right, let's move on from that. I don't need to be getting annoyed about chairs this morning to start the day. I've given up on fixing the studio chair that, Peaches broke. Sorry, Peaches. I know it's been a while since I brought that up, but you still did break the chair. Okay, let's see. I am a software developer, so I spend over 8 hours a day looking at a screen. Okay, that's me. I mean, I'm not a software developer. Too dumb for that, but I do spend about 8 hours a day looking at a screen. Started having severe tiredness, depression, and this lasted a couple of years. No matter how much sleep I got, it didn't help. Became irritable, started having headaches. I thought it was sinus headaches. This sounds all too familiar. Found out that it could be eye strain. I started resting my eyes every 30 minutes, focusing on something around 20 feet away. Okay, yeah, that is a good thing to do. That's happened to me in the past. Doctor recommended that I start giving my eyes a break, so I might walk outside or something. I haven't done that in a while. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I've got some eye strain problems while I'm all exhausted. Blackout curtains. If you work a funky schedule like me, they're essential. Right now, I mean, it's not like I'm getting to bed early, but it would be impossible without blackout curtains. And now I've put blackout curtains pretty much everywhere in my house so I can go home after work and just turn it into a cave. It's pretty awesome. All right, let's see here. Understanding that working with someone smarter than you is a privilege and an opportunity to learn and hone your own skills, not a threat. Oh, yeah. I mean, I figured that out back when I was a teenager, being in bands. Find people who are smarter and more talented than you. Bring them on board. Yeah. Surround yourself with the best. It's the way I roll. All right. Any other big life tips here? Moving out of my hometown, I never felt like where I was from was home. Was never comfortable, kept hitting hurdles trying to come up and be better. But once I left, my entire life trajectory changed for the better. There you go. Leave. It's so easy to do. Every time somebody fires off at me on Facebook, why don't you leave Idaho? Why don't you leave? I've been here my whole life. Who are you? Maybe I would up and leave, but you got to find a job. Got to be able to afford housing. And, the places I'd like to go, the housing's more expensive than here. So here I remain. At least we're in the nice time of year right now. Don't have to deal with winter or anything like that. Quit that toxic job, yeah, or quit that toxic relationship. Anything toxic, cast it out if you can. Oh, there it is. Diet and exercise. Yeah, I knew that would pop up. All right. I know. I need to work on that. Buying a dishwasher. All right, I'm spoiled. I've had a dishwasher for quite a while. I don't even remember the days without one. Blocked them out of my mind. All right. We're rolling. Didn't really discover anything life-changing there, but that's fine. Well, we all know that reading the news these days isn't necessarily fun in a lot of situations. But that's why I like checking out East Idaho News. They've got other sections aside from, like, news that you can check out. For example, East Idaho Eats. I talk about this often enough because who doesn't like food, right? If you don't like food, you're going to have a rough time in life. So I always enjoy finding out about newer restaurants in the area. Now, this one's been around for a bit, but they did post a recent article about Smokin Fins. Been a while since I've been there. I should probably get over there one of these days. Have myself something good to eat. They got that, or at least they used to have this, like, deep-fried avocado with, it was like crab or lobster on it or something. All I know is it was ridiculous. Really good sushi. They've even got Wagyu cheeseburgers and something called a vampire taco. What is a vampire taco? Well, I'm looking at a picture of them and they sure look good. Holy cow. All right. I shouldn't look at this food at 6:42 a.m. Normally, I don't get an appetite because I don't look at food at this hour. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go hit up Smokin Fins. Anyway, if you want to find out more about Smokin Fins, just go to eastidahonews.com, pull up the features section, and take a look. I mean, there's a lot of different things on there. They have the 7 questions, which is an interesting feature. You've got Nate Eaton's daughter, Emmy, interviewing celebrities. Pretty fun. You've got Feel Good Friday, just stories that make you feel good. And, you know, looking back, that's a section we dove into last week, talking about the cave full of bones and the human fly who carried his wife across the edge of the Rigby Hotel back in like the 1930s. I don't know. It's just nice to be able to get away from regular news and just look at some interesting stuff. So if you're looking for a new place to scroll, eastidahonews.com. Go check it out. Radio can be super cringy. I'm sure you know, you listen to my show. We go cringe, that's for sure. But I saw a local radio page, just a random post, and I don't know why this annoyed me. They were just talking to their audience, and they called the listeners of the station basically the same name as the radio station. And I don't know why that seemed super cringe. Like, you know, we've used certain terms for our audience over the years. The K-Bear Rock Army, pretty cringe, pretty basic. I thought it was pretty fun when we started calling y'all the Scat Pack, you know? I don't know, it's some type of a engine thing. You're not talking to a car guy here, okay? But, you know, bears, scat, hee. That was pretty funny. But if we just called our listeners like bears or cubs or something like that, I've heard a number of these over the years. And you don't need to have some kind of a silly name for your audience. You're just people, all right? You're just part of it, okay? So I know listeners is kind of boring, but I'm not going to start calling y'all the Grizzlies or something. I don't know. Heard some rumors of changes in the local radio market. That's kind of fun. Always interesting seeing what the geniuses out there come up with to try to get people to listen to a radio station. I've said it for years, and it'll never happen around here. But if a radio station in town wanted to change their format and actually get people to listen, you have to implement a format that's not already out there. And pretty much all that East Idaho is lacking is a straight up hip hop format. You know, I think if you were to make a radio station that played a combination of new rap music and classic rap music, it would crush. But the boomers who run radio, no way. Not going to happen around here. So I never really get excited when I see a local radio station mentioning they're going to do some changes, because they're just going to do something boring, you know? Like, just wah, wah, wah. So anyway, as soon as I get more info on this, I'm guessing on Monday, we can start poking some fun. But yeah, it's just so funny to me. It's like the constant underestimating of the rock and metal format. You know, rock radio nationwide, still afraid of metal. It's like, you guys are idiots. No offense. I guess, how do you call somebody an idiot and say no offense? But, well, anyway, I'll keep you updated when we get this radio station's format flip fully underway, see what they're going to do. But I know it's going to be just boring. It's not going to be anything exciting. It's not going to move the needle. Because you have to give people something that they don't already have. And there are not very many creative people in radio around here. So, anyway, that's what I was looking at. You can find a lot of weird stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I enjoy looking at it. You know, I've found some good items for the old house on Facebook Market. Don't think I've ever seen a World War I shipwreck for sale, but apparently some guy just purchased one. Now, the original person who owned this purchased it hoping to find, you know, things of value, and then just found a rusty old ship. It's underwater, so this guy who's into diving was like, all right, $400, it's mine. The SS Almond Branch, a British defense armed merchant ship that was taken down by a torpedo in 1917. So, yeah, you never know what you're going to find on Facebook Market. I don't think I would dump $400 on a shipwreck for a variety of reasons. I'm not going to go diving. I mean, you've heard me talk about natural waters. Not my thing. Oh, yeah, I need to... Well, okay, secret sound times today. We're just going to be calling people. So, there are no secret sound times today. Sign up in the app. And if you're lucky, we will call you. Okay, I'll give out some secret sound times. We'll do a couple on-air calls. Hang on. We'll get back to this Facebook Market stuff in just a second. I just looked at the clock and was like, oh, geez, it's already after 7. Why don't I have a pen? Where's all my stuff? Jeez. Okay, today we'll do 9 and 2. Okay? 9 and 2, the hours to listen for the secret sound powered by the Advocates. Okay. Back to Facebook Market. I was wondering if I'd find anything weird in my Facebook Market. Because if I find weird stuff for a good value, I do like to have that around my home. Oh, look at this. Complete Stephen King collection, 103 books total. $2,500. Got any collectibles in here? All right, now it's hard to tell. There could be some books of pretty good value in here. If, say, the Salem's Lot or Carrie were first editions, you know, they could be book club editions. There are some Dark Tower hardbacks, say the first 4 books in here. You know, they could be worth upwards of $100 a piece if they are first printings of that particular edition. Okay, I got to get out of this. I don't need to buy any of these. And I don't have $2,500. But anyway, if you wanted to get the entire Stephen King library all at once, I mean, it's not the entire thing. You know, I don't see like My Pretty Pony or some of these other really rare books in there. But it's a good collection, looking at it here. They've even got his wife's book. Okay, sorry, I get distracted. I was looking for weird stuff. 2 sets of small animal harnesses. What kind of animals are these for? Squirrels, rabbits, ferrets, guinea pig. I don't think you're allowed to have a pet squirrel. And could you train a squirrel to, walk on a harness? I don't know if you could. Sounds like quite the challenge. Cheese cave fridge. They used this fridge for aging cheese. Okay, I mean, it looks like a wine fridge to me, but I'd be much more likely to have a cheese fridge, I suppose. Oh man, they're really trying to feed me the Stephen King books here. All right, Stephen King paperback book lot. All right, I have all those. Show me the weird. Show me the weird. Oh, guitars. Yeah, I don't have money for that either. Nothing weird popping up. I mean, there's a homemade sourdough loaf. Sure, you need some bread. Good. All right, I'm disappointed. Usually, I fire up Facebook Market and something bizarre will pop up. Apparently not today. That's lame. 8-foot dark angel animatronic. That's pretty cool looking. $125. Halloween right around the corner. Well, we ain't got no shipwrecks or anything like that. Come on. Get me out. All right, anyway. I'm going to bail on this one. Disaster. We'll be back. So someone on Reddit asked for medical professionals to give information on ways that people may be getting sick that they're unaware of. I hate getting sick. I don't like using my time off because I'm not feeling well. I always feel guilty too. Don't feel guilty when I take a day off that's planned, but if I'm just sick and shouldn't be around people, yeah, I just sit there and beat myself up about it at home. It's ridiculous. So anyway, anything I can do to avoid getting sick, I'm down for some new info here. Wash your hands, keep your phone clean, stay away from people. All right, let's see what they got. Right out of the gate. This is not related to sickness, but injury. All right, it still might be good information. After a certain age, different for everyone, you should get rid of every slippery pair of socks, uneven area rug, or any other tripping hazard in your homes. Very easy to trip and fall in the dark trying to get to the bathroom, and a lot of people have major complications trying to recover from a broken hip or other leg injury. I really need to put a railing on my stairs to my second floor. I know that going down those carpeted stairs in socks with no railing, one of these days, how much does it cost and how difficult is it to put in a railing? I would assume you just, screw into the, the boards in the wall, find yourself a stud. All right, anyway, I'm not going to think about that right now. I ain't got no money for that. What else do we have? Ways to actually avoid getting sick is what I'd like to find out here. Leaving a tooth infection without treatment. Oh! Yeah, that's horrible. If you're having teeth issues, you should get them looked at immediately. There is nothing worse than a tooth issue that goes too far. You want to talk about excruciating pain and sickness? Oh. People don't realize how their partners make them mentally sick. Yeah, I mentioned earlier, if you're in any kind of a toxic friendship or relationship, get out of it, okay? It's never too late to get out of it. Even if you're 50, 60, 70, you got a toxic partner, it's never too late to get divorced, all right? It's probably for the best for both of you, okay? All right, so far we're not getting any real tips, aside from the tooth infection thing of how to avoid getting sick. Don't stop your meds because you're feeling better. Yeah. When it comes to things like antibiotics or, probably any type of meds that a doc has told you take the full run, take them, okay? What? If your toes start turning black from untreated diabetes, it's not going to get better. If your toes are turning black, go to the doctor immediately. Who's going to think that Oh, my toes are turning black. Yeah, it'll be fine. So far, this seemed like a lot of common sense to me. You have a tooth infection. Your partner's like, oh, it smells like there's a dead body pouring out of your mouth. Jeez. Okay, brush your teeth. Again, this is all common sense here. Untreated sleep apnea. Okay, I've talked about this plenty because I have sleep apnea. All right, it's kind of embarrassing at first, like, oh, I have a CPAP machine. I'm so old. But man, what a game changer. If you have any issues with sleeping, go get a sleep study. Because you never know. You might be like just not breathing during half of the night. It's not good for you. It'll kill you. So yeah, if you have a partner who snores or like goes and they, literally sound like they're not breathing, they should probably get that looked at. Okay. Yeah. If you're tired all the time, go get a sleep study. Okay, don't swim with your contacts in. Interesting. I would think that just swimming in general, what difference does it make if you have contacts in? I don't know, that's what they're saying here. Again, with stopping the antibiotics. Don't drink alcohol and wash your hands. Yeah, drinking can kill you. And it lowers your immune system, so you're more likely to get sick. So try to avoid the old booze. I know that one can be tough. Don't let your dog lick an open wound. Who would do that? Yeah, when people say, dog's mouth is cleaner than blah, blah, blah. No. Dogs eat all kinds of nasty stuff, okay? What kind of, ancient remedy is that? Just have the dog lick that open wound. Oh. What? All right, this thread's getting a little baffling. One supposed doctor here says he's had many male patients with, we'll just say butt problems because they don't wipe. What? He said this with multiple people. That is disgusting. Ah! I mean, you should probably shower afterward. I mean, all right, we're not going to get into the grisly details of that. That is absolutely hideous. Sorry. Now you're sitting there pondering, who do I know that just, like in the movies when they use the toilet, they just get up and pull their pants up and walk away. That is just vile. Do you enjoy bleak, depressing content? I do from time to time. Nothing like throwing on some Black Mirror and just feeling dirty afterward. Came across a thread here about movies that messed you up for days after watching them. All right. There've been a few that I've seen. Always go back to Requiem for a Dream. That it's such a good movie, but it's so horrible. I tried to throw it on recently and give it another watch, and yet it didn't happen. I made it 3 minutes. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not mentally prepared for this right now. So let's see what movies bother people on the internet here. All right, this user said, I wouldn't say messed me up, but every time I watch The Big Short, I just feel like, well, we're going to be screwed again sooner or later. At the end of that movie, they let you know that we're screwed again right now. You want to get aggravated? Watch The Big Short. Yeah, I guess that could mess you up. Not sad, just angry. I watched that not too long ago, and it's a very, very frustrating movie. All right, a movie called Dear Zachary. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Seems like I've heard of it. All right, they say it's a documentary. It'll simultaneously be one of the most sad things you will ever watch, as well as one of the most infuriating things that you will watch. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to pass on that for today. Maybe when I'm feeling down on the weekend. I like to watch stuff that's really bleak when I'm not feeling well. Natural disaster stuff, depressing movies, Black Mirror. All right, the movie Seven. I wouldn't say that messed me up for days after watching it. Another really good movie. If you've never seen it, I'd recommend it. How weird that this one popped up. AI, artificial intelligence. That movie popped into my head the other day for the first time in years and years and years. I really want to watch it again because I remember, really enjoying the movie. Also, it being, kind of bleak. And, I'm going to have to fire that up again. I don't remember it messing me up, but there's Requiem for a Dream. I knew that would have to pop up on this list. The Land Before Time. Yeah, that movie's horrible. Very upsetting as a child. All these movies that came out when I was a kid, they're just not great for mental health. I've talked about All Dogs Go to Heaven. That movie scared me so bad when I was a little kid. Land Before Time sticks out as another one. It's been a long time since I watched it. I don't remember what about it was even so bothersome, but I remember it being pretty bleak. Yeah, The Fox and the Hound, another sad movie. Bambi, right out of the gate. Bambi's mom gets killed. The Butterfly Effect. I haven't watched that in a long time. The Mist. All right, one of the few examples of a movie ending better than the book. A lot of people hate the end of The Mist, but I know it's dark and kind of frustrating, but I thought they ended it pretty good. The Road is a movie I've never watched. I have the book. I've been wanting to read that, but it's always on every list of the most depressing, bleak stories you could possibly dive into. So, yeah, I don't know. I haven't felt very happy. So, you gotta be in a somewhat good mood to read really dark material. No Country for Old Men. That movie's pretty dark. The Green Mile, Event Horizon. Human Centipede. How could Human Centipede mess you up for days? It's a comedy, people. Maybe I need to go back and watch it again. It's been lots of years since I watched The Human Centipede, but every time I've watched it, it just made me laugh. It's ridiculous. Bambi, Schindler's List, Memento. All right, yeah, I don't know. Y'all be weak. Memento's messing me up for days. Hereditary messed me up for days. Hereditary's a great movie. I mean, it makes you think, and it's fun to watch YouTube videos after you've viewed the movie and see all the little things that are hidden throughout that movie. It's a great movie. I can't wait for the new Ari Aster movie. All right, anyway, I guess I better get digging up some freak news. I was hoping I'd find something like I gotta see this movie, but it seems like it's just The Road. That's the only one I haven't seen on the list. So I guess I could have kept going, but no. Time to get ready for freak news. Back in a minute. Okay, my people, freak news time. Hope your morning's going good. Let's see what we got here. All right, a Florida man helping deputies wrangle a gator on the side of the highway. I'm watching video of it here, and this guy's a pro. He's doing all the work, and he's barefoot. This just makes me want GTA 6. This guy screams GTA 6 character. Yeah, he's wearing a camo shirt. It's a tank top, camo shorts. He's all buff, look kind of like a beach jock. And he's just wrestling a gator. Fantastic. I got to visit Florida one of these days. It's just such a crazy place. Yeah, as far as the news goes. You just have to hope it's as exciting when you get there. I'm down for seeing crazy people in public. All right? Sometimes I'm one of them. So, yeah. All right, let's see. Flatulence spray responsible for people fleeing a Connecticut beach carnival. Yeah, apparently somebody used the flatulence spray. Fart spray. Easier to say. near the exit of the McKinley Carnival on Jennings Beach. And I guess people, I don't know, thought there was a, toxic nerve gas released or something like that. Started running, screaming. It was just a nasty fart smell. But, you smell something toxic. I've wanted to run screaming out of the studio many a time when Jade stops by to say hello in the morning and decides to drop one of his toxic bombs. So, well, from what I've heard, fart spray can be pretty nasty. I have not had the privilege of smelling it. It's supposed to be pretty bad. So, that was in Connecticut. Also in Connecticut, I saw a story. Where'd that tab go here? It was about them releasing this criminal, the Connecticut cannibal, who showed aggressive behavior in prison. Okay, his name is the Connecticut Cannibal. If that's your nickname, I would say chances are you're going to be an unreasonable person. If you eat people, you're probably needing to stay, in a secure facility. That's just my opinion. The Connecticut Cannibal. All right, well, good luck to the folks in Connecticut. Oh, in Bridgeport. Wow. Okay. Sorry, my lady lives in Connecticut, and thankfully, decent amount of distance between Bridgeport and where she's at. And finally, I guess if you're dealing with bears in Florida and they approach you and you're scared, hit them with a bag of cookies. That's what a woman did. Got a bear off of her dog. Yeah, I mean, you can throw a bag of cookies at just about anybody and stop a confrontation, right? If I'm feeling mad and someone's like, here's a bag of cookies, I'm going to change my tune immediately. Just like a bear. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, kind of a light freak news day. I mean, there are some really funny stories going around, but they're all political. One video I saw was so funny. I wanted to play the audio from it, but I know that some people just can't laugh. Can't laugh at their own side. But it was funny. All right, anyway. I shouldn't vague book on the radio. We'll be back. Generally, when you hear of people sneaking things into a show, it's pretty much always illicit substances or booze, right? Well, some people sneak in snacks. Woman headed to a Broadway show. I guess didn't want to buy the refreshments that they may or may not have had available. So she snuck in her favorite snack, can of tuna fish, and then just opened it up in the middle of the show and just started mowing it down. Yeah, that's like bringing fish to work and, nuking it in the microwave. You just don't do that, all right? People are trying to enjoy a show, and you just got this fishy smell floating around. And it's like a toxic fart, just as bad. Don't do that, okay? If you're going to sneak a snack into a theater, make it something. Well, you shouldn't do that. That's against the rules. I better throw that out there. Don't want to get accused of encouraging breaking the rules. But yeah, sneaking a candy bar, Snickers. Nobody's going to care. I mean, it might make that sound but opening a can, that makes a whole bunch more racket. So, ugh. It's a weird snack, too. Just tuna fish straight. You got to mix it up with some mayo or something like that. Put it on at bare minimum a cracker. Who just busts out a fork and just starts mowing down tuna right out of the can? And you got to drain it, too. It's all watery or oily. It's getting kind of disgusting here. So, yeah, Snickers, all right? Candy. It's a much more enjoyable snack when you're watching a movie. You don't always have to be healthy or a Broadway show or whatever, all right? Get yourself some Reese's, all right? Now, just because I talked about your farts earlier didn't mean you needed to bring them in, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Apparently...
I just had Taco Tuesday yesterday, so You know?
When you had Taco Monday the day before that.
Yeah.
You guys.
And then Nacho Tuesday with leftover hot sauce from Taco Tuesday.
You're making my guts churn, dude. I was feeling a lot better today, but now you got tacos and hot sauce running through my brain. I'm like, maybe my guts aren't better.
Well, hot sauce is good stuff.
It was good. It was good. I don't know what's to blame for some of the horrors I
old
dealt with.
wussiness, that's what's to blame.
It could be that, you know. When you get old, you just start falling apart. And we are getting very old at this point. No offense to the listeners older than us.
You're old too.
You are. You're old. You're really old. If you're older than me and Jade, you're decrepit old. Just playing, JD.
No, I'm not. He's decrepit old.
He is. He really is.
Good dude, though.
So we were talking off air about this, and I think it's a good time to bring it back up. Some fun things we're doing with the secret sound to kick up the chances of winning this week.
Yeah, with the Advocates Injury Attorneys.
That's right. We are going to kick up the number of calls we're making, outbound calls. So if you haven't signed up in the apps yet, you should sign up once in each of them, K-Bear, Alton, Cannonball. And if you're lucky, Peaches or I will call you and give you a chance to win all of that dough. Right now we're at $701. How high are you going to let us push that jackpot, Jade?
Well, we only have so much budget, so once we hit the limit, I think it's a little over $1,000 that we have left.
All right. Well, and it's always fun if the jackpot gets up to over $1,000, you know, because who doesn't need $1,000?
I could use $1,000.
Dude, if somebody handed me $1,000, it would make a tiny dent in the bills.
You'd be able to buy a couple cartons of eggs.
Yeah. I mean, it would help a little tiny bit.
Here's another thing. We have something special coming for next week that'll correlate with the secret sound.
Ooh.
And you're only going to get some of that if you sign up through the apps.
And I know what it is, but I'm not going to say yet. Just bonus items we're going to be giving away.
Bonus items.
And they're cool bonus items for something fun that's crazy enough happening soon. I was looking at the calendar yesterday. I'm like, how is it almost May?
Yeah, it's only like 2 weeks away.
I know, and May is like crazy, dude. That weekend in particular is going to be very busy for us.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me tired to even think about it. And I think I'm too fat to wear my suit now. What am I supposed to do?
Fat guy in a little coat.
I know. Like, I've really bulked up over this winter, and last time I went to the classy prom. By the way,
hibernation plug still in?
Apparently. So I was thinking about it. I'm like, what am I going to wear to the prom? I don't have any nice clothes.
If you haven't ever read about the hibernation plug, the bears.
Oh, I have. But for those listeners who might not have caught what we were talking about there.
Sign up in the app for the K-Bear on Secret Sound with the Advocates Injury Attorneys.
And you might win some money. Good luck. Good morning, Peaches.
Good morning.
Hey, dude, we were talking about old-timey radio off air, and it reminded me of a news article I read earlier about this radio station that's rebranding themselves. KSRW. They're a classic rock station.
Where are they located? I feel like I've heard those call letters before.
Let's see. Let me Google it.
KSRW. Wait a minute.
KSRW. I want to say it was in California.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like I've listened to that station before.
Licensed to Independence, California. Let's see. They cover Bishop and surrounding areas, Mammoth Lakes North. Must be Northern California or something like that. They call it Classic Rock of the Eastern Sierra. Or at least that's what they used to call it, Peaches. Because they've rebranded, and now this station is known as, where'd it go here? Apparently, they haven't updated their website with this. This is annoying me now. Where did that tab go? Hold on. Sorry, listeners, this is a big fail on my part. There we go. KSRW relaunches as the Classic Rock Asylum.
I saw that just now. I looked it up as you were typing there. KSRW. Classic Rock Asylum. The change was announced by Sierra Wave Media, who describes it as a way to embrace their lunatic side and passion they have for classic rock music.
That's right. They're crazy. They're crazy.
I guarantee you they're not playing any Asylum from Disturbed or anything like that. They're playing Working for the Weekend, Loverboy. That's what they're playing.
Dude, there's nothing crazier than that, Peaches.
Moody Blues. Whoa, we're going wild. Tears for Fears.
Yeah, dude, they're run by the Lunatics. Let's take a look at what they're playing right now.
Who's their morning show host? Lunatic Luther or something like that?
I think it was a syndicated show, if I remember right.
Mentally unstable Mike in the midday.
Yeah, you have to rebrand all of your DJs as something relating to a crazy person.
Crazed Carl.
Yeah, Hannibal Peach.
It's gotta be like Hannibal Hector or something like that.
That's true. I mean, the playlist, Peaches, does look wild this morning. It looks like it's run by the Lunatics.
Do they have like Culture Club Karma Chameleon on that playlist?
Well, we've got Angel of the Morning by Mary Lee Rush and the Turnabouts, King and Country by the Bee Gees, Water of Love by Dire Straits.
Oh, so you have to be crazy to listen to this crap.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it does look like it's programmed by Lunatics because those aren't even hit songs.
We're going deep.
Yeah, all deep cuts, all B-sides.
Deep in the asylum. We're in maximum security. No.
The Thrill Is Gone by B.B. King.
That's a good song.
Something in the Air by Thunderclap Newman. Have you ever even heard of that?
That's a DJ name right there.
Thunderclap Newman. All right, hold on. I've got to hear what... Oh, now it changed to another song.
I got to find their imaging. I really want to hear what they have to say in between the songs.
Nothing crazier than this playlist. Michael Nesmith.
I bet their DJ sounds so bad.
Okay, we got to find out who
We're
the DJs
in this classic
are.
rock asylum.
All right, let's see if they mention the DJs. Okay, KSRW shows. Steve Gorman rocks. Okay, I've heard of this syndicated show. He's a founding member of the Black Crowes. So, fitting on a classic rock station.
Overnights, we got Deranged Dave coming at you.
They got somebody named Buddha Man.
Buddha Man?
Buddha Man. Yeah.
Do you think he's fat?
If you're going to call yourself Buddha Man, you better look like Buddha.
You have to.
You got it. And then they've got Latest from the Greatest with the insane Daryl Wayne.
Daryl Wayne.
I feel bad picking on these guys. If you're at a classic rock station... most markets don't have an active rock station like us.
I bet one of them sounds like they've smoked cigarettes for 40 years.
I hope so.
And they have like that.
Is it from the asylum?
Spike.
That's right, we're from the asylum.
I've been inside.
Whoa, and then they air religious programming on Sundays. Dude, this is the weirdest station ever. It is run by Lunatics. Okay, so every day, you've got weather reports 4 times a day, fish and snow reports. You've got Tales Among El Camino Sierra, stories by David Woodruff 3 times a day.
Stories by David Woodruff.
And then on Saturdays, they have Casey Kasem, top 40 of the 1970s. Then at 7 p.m., Buddha Man's Echoes of Rock and Roll. And then 8 p.m., latest from the greatest with the insane Daryl Wayne. Then Sunday, Faith for Today by Pastor James Brown, the pastor without a pulpit. Then inspirational music. It's kind of like the Sunday Blessings on Classy.
Yeah, I looked at the location of this station. It's way far east side California, bordering Nevada.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So out there in the desert there. How do you go from, they do 2 hours of religious music and then slam back into Casey Kasem at 9 a.m.?
This is Casey Kasem.
That's... there is a place for religious radio, but...
Broadcasting from the asylum.
Hey, we have seen some unhinged videos of Casey Kasem
we have.
Off air.
Do you think they air those?
I hope, if you're going to be the asylum, the classic rock asylum. But again, like I was trying to say, working at a classic rock station, you want to try to make it cool, because it's...
Nothing's cooler than Casey Kasem.
Oh, I feel bad. And they're a small market, desert California station. We're making fun of them.
I mean, we're in Idaho Falls.
I know.
They can make fun of us.
Totally make fun of us all day. I don't care.
I would love to hear a classic rock DJ go absolutely unhinged.
Shaggy, we're waiting on you, bro. Want to hear Shaggy just lose his mind. I want to hear angry Shaggy just go completely unhinged. That'd be hilarious.
I should text him and be like, hey, just start insulting me during the big meaty lunch, whatever you call it.
Yeah, be like, speaking of big and meaty, you see that big old Peaches? I spotted him the other night at the comedy show.
Yeah, he looked alone.
Sitting by himself.
Just like all of his listeners.
I would love to hear Shaggy busting out some disses, but he's just too nice. I can't imagine him doing it.
The one guy I would love to see insult us is Brad Barlow. I feel like that'd be the funniest.
Dude, I know. Brad Barlow sucks, everybody. He's terrible. Brad Barlow's too nice. Another guy that I would love to see, and I know he has it in him to go off the rails, but he's smart. He keeps that community image looking good.
He's messaged me like compliments before, like, dude, you put out great content. Appreciate you doing that or something like that.
He's a great guy. He was one of the, biggest supporters as I got started in radio. Very encouraging and super nice guy. Still hits me up fairly often, always says nice things. I'm waiting for the day I hate your guts. Something like that.
Hate your guts, fool.
I'm not talking to you anymore. I heard you say I sucked on the radio, dude. What's your problem?
I remember we said something about Dusty B, and sure enough, there was people going up to him on Facebook and saying, hey, by the way, those dudes on K-Bear are talking trash.
Yeah, and I think, did he get mad about it? I can't remember.
No, he kind of commented like, what? He was confused.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we'll talk trash on everybody. I mean, Jade sucks. Josh and Chantel suck. Katie Lee and Justin, we're talking about you too. No, just playing, everybody. But yeah, Shaggy, if I don't hear some crap talk soon, man, we're just gonna start unleashing on you just for fun.
We're just picking on the guy who can't pick on us back. Do you think he's talking like the PD over there? It's like, hey,
I think he is the PD.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, so he is the freedom.
So he should be able to talk some smack.
What if he's talking to one of the guys in the building and just goes, those guys in K-Bear keep insulting me. I can't just keep sitting here and have them do that. I need to talk back.
You know why they call it the pick? Big and deep. If you're on vacation, you're out on the town, you come back to your hotel, and you smell something weird. Run! Just run! Read a creepy tale here of this woman who was traveling solo. She was in Japan and got back to her room, getting ready to crash out for the night. But then she smelled something. She laid down in bed and was like, what is that? Ugh. So she looked under the bed and saw someone looking back at her. Oh, yeah, there was a man under her bed. And then, to make matters worse, she ran out of her room, called for help. Hotel staff called the police, but they're like, sorry, we're not going to be able to figure out who it was. This hotel does not have any cameras anywhere whatsoever. Yeah. So she moved to a different hotel in the middle of the night, but spent the rest of her trip just basically terrified. Yeah. I mean, anytime an unexpected person just appears when you think you're alone, well, okay, maybe I could think of a few situations where you'd be like, oh, okay, cool. But for the most part, unexpected person just appears when you think you're alone, you're going to have a bad time. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm going to look under the bed at every hotel I go to moving forward. Yeah. Who knows what kind of creep's under there? That's terrible. Anyway, enjoy your upcoming vacation. Yeah. Look under that bed. Look in the closet. Look in the tub. Look in the shower. Good luck. Thank you again for tuning in to the Viktor Wilt Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.